every day you like the crocodile. All these tears, all these years, you got on the track and let out your fears. Bouncing around, jumping on the track, trying to disguise your ass is whack. Then we out here, we got your back. Hell no, these is the facts. You lost, it's a cost. You out here fronting, you not a boss. Either way, we gon' toss. And then we get to my show.
Monday through Friday.
From 4 to 6 on 100.7, The Ticket. His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station. Ohio State football. Training camp report.
This report is brought to you statewide by Safe Light Auto Glass and Bob's Discount Furniture. Defensive tackle James Smith and defensive end Quay Russo have been teammates for years, playing together at Carver High School in Montgomery, Alabama. Then at the University of Alabama, Ohio State marks the third stop together in their football lives. Here's Russo on what made him and Smith so close.
We went to the same high school. We trained at the same facility. We was kind of with each other every day, and we know what we're looking for in coaches. We both want to get to the next level.
Smith said he wants to do whatever he can to help the Buckeyes.
I tell my young guys, I need you to look. When I leave here, I need you to understand what it's supposed to look like. So you can tell them, nah, because I seen it this way, and this right here worked. So what James did, and I seen how I need to do the same thing, leaving, like Coach had to say, leaving the jersey in a better place than you came in. Like when you came in, leaving the jersey in a better place.
We'll have more after this.
Bob's Discount Furniture has the furniture you've waited 250 years for. We've got power reclining sofas as low as $7.99, 5-piece dining sets as low as $3.99, Bobo-pedic mattresses for as low as $2.99, and of course feature-packed bestsellers like my Playday sectional with pop-up sleeper sofa. So stop in or shop mybobs.com to see where America shops for furniture. Oh my Bob! Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at safelight.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
In the last two transfer cycles, James Smith and Quay Russo are two of 6 players to transfer to Ohio State from Alabama. So for Russo, what made Ohio State the right place for him?
I'll say definitely Coach Patricia. You know, him being coming from the NFL, him having a multiple defense, having a lot of guys on the field to earn a job. So I say definitely Coach Patricia, yeah.
Patricia has also had a great impact on Smith, especially in the film room.
We get out at 9. I'm here at 10:30, talking with Coach P. We watching film. But we watching we watching everything. We just watching NFL. We go from college to NFL, back to college. Then we watch the NFL, And it's plays you already seen, but it's that repetition of seeing it over and over and over. And that really helps. I didn't really understand that.
The season opener for the Buckeyes is September 5th versus Ball State. We'll have another report tomorrow. This is Tyler Danberg on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Upgrading to a smart home? Only Vivint offers a fully integrated smart home system. Every device works together seamlessly. Call Vivint now and get free professional installation, $200 off your initial order, and 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Plus, you can get 24/7 professional monitoring for as little as $1 a day. Upgrade your home to a Vivint Smart Home. For your free quote, call
800-853-6497.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available.
Call now. Toll free, 800-558-5635.
If your favorite attorney, if you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe. If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. That's why you got to call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid. Pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-370-5435.
Because that team doesn't get my money, buy merchandise right now. I don't buy anything Browns until Kevin Stefanski loses his job.
Hey, now remember, hold on. This is the most incredible part of the comedy. There were 35 quarterbacks on this roster at one point. And this guy, you guys won't let this boy even pretend like he's going to play? I don't know how you Browns fans do it, man. It's remarkable.
Weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Cleveland fans, quit trying to kick the football when you know Lucy's going to move it. Why would LeBron come back when you've got the Harden family? You put Mobley and Allen with LeBron, they're just going to get in each other's way. And then the kicker is the coach who said they were down 3-0 in the series. He said, but analytically, we're winning this thing. Do you really think LeBron James is going to sign up for that?
Weekdays from 4 to 6, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and White Sports is now.
Trust and believe. It's something totally different. And stop with the Eminem, because Eminem's not one of the best either. And y'all can stop that.
Dre says he's the best on the mic.
Dr. Dre is a Fed, and so is Snoop. We covered this. Everybody fool with Dre and Snoop is dead or was locked up. I don't care what Dr. Dre said. He was wearing women's shoes before it was fashionable to do it as a guy.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Okay, we can start with this. Josh wrote on the board. Same accord. What does that mean? Start out, we scored. Deshaun Watson as the starter, for some reason, that rubs me the wrong way. That's what Josh said. So that's where we begin today. It's a moving out Monday. Sports talk, it's a fun day. We do it one way. You know how we play. This is here in the danger zone. Everybody out here, danger zone. Come in here, 4 o'clock is on. You know how we do in the danger zone. Hey, black and white is the danger zone. It's no gray, danger zone. What do we say? Danger zone. Andre, danger zone. So let me think about this. What do we have? Something is here about the Cavs. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. How the damn Browns won't get a ring. Why? Because we doing this dog show pony thing. I don't know who gets the brass ring. Either way, it's like kiss the king. This the ownership. This is a statement. This is how we gonna do. Ain't no replacement. I don't even care what y'all do. Just face it. Yep, Browns, this is disgrace. It's not going to work, and you're going to lose until this dude's knocked out the game, you fools. Just like the thing Gabriel, the news, how I told you last for the Blues. Whoa, here we go. It's time to start. Black and white, and we do our part. Josh reset, made the loop. It's like we a team. Call us a group. 877-909-1007, because Josh says you can call. So that's the message to you all. Let's get it started. We own the ball. Everybody, we out here across from the mall. Where is that? What's the vision? I'm giving you location of Savvy Television. That's download the app. Do that. What? Hurry up. Stat. Do it right now, because we live. You know how it go, Facebook, with the jive. Now we on here. It's really all good. Now let's get in here and smack wood. Whoa. I gave him a to start off, Josh. Let's go, man. We in here. Andre of the Savages. Josh Burnham in here. Josh, you didn't think I was going to do an extended. That's an EP. I just did an EP on you. It's a mixtape. I just gave you that.
That's how you roll.
That's how I roll. Listen. On behalf of Shador Sanders, let me explain to the people what is really up. I got it. It's all good. Listen, I don't even think it's going to take past the Jags. One of my Jags is going to knock somebody off the bag. Watch. And we won't even have to worry about it. But for now, let's deal in the reality. Coach Monk didn't monked. He didn't monked up. That's what I think what we're going to end up saying. It's a monking. It's a monkalicious monk off. He's a monker. He didn't monked. But it's not him. Trust me, it's not him. This is the owner's play. We're going to have some fun today. It's a moving out Monday. Except, you know how you start moving out early? Don't worry, I'll fill it in as it goes. Trust and believe. But yep. All right, let's begin. Browns have a starter by the time we got here because this has been the case since about 10 a.m. Eastern. We get the announcement, but it's a few things. Before I jump to the four greasy, I got to go to the back wheezy. We got to roll it to the weekend and what is on the evidenceries. That's where it'll begin. We got that, but hold on because I'm in Brownie Nation and it's a lot of browniness going on still because the other side subtexterini is the tight end thing where it's got Lane Kiffin in the LSU. It's so all of it is very, very too imaginalicious to think that it could all be happening like this.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. We even have a story, Josh, that involves the words or acronym FBI. Lane Kiffin, LSU, tight end, Browns, back to the foreground. It's so much of a wild scenario on a Monday. Welcome in. Many of you probably don't know who the hell Joe Budden is. I bet you don't. Because I'm thinking a lot of this audience is like, it's a Northwest Ohio. It's more of a Bucky audience, really. That's what makes it unique. And me on it, too. Because that's what makes it like, what? This guy is, yes. But so, you never know the dynamic that's happening, the demo. But I'm suspecting that you don't really know who Joe Budden is. But Joe Budden says some very interesting things that I think I got to come back to Champ and get back Clarissa Shieldy. Because I think we missing some points. And I thought it was interesting what I heard. I happened to be at the gym this morning. Josh, I'm actually going to have you seek out another clip or so, I believe, because I don't think I posted it anywhere. It might take a second here. But just know it needs to get in the show because I think he says something very important. There's been a lot of talk about Clarissa Shields, especially since last week, just in the general populace. Just let's call that pop culture, not just even sports. Let's call it pop culture.
So I'm looking for comments by Joe Budden on.
Yeah, it's Joe Budden. It's Budden.
Budden.
Yeah. You probably put button like a shirt. I knew it. I bet you put Button, didn't you?
It sounded like that.
You did. I know. It's all good. Enes Kanter is looking crazy.
Stop it.
I don't know what this is. Enes Kanter, I don't know. I don't. And neither does the WNBA because they don't appreciate it. I assure you right about now. And has anybody seen Brother Strand? You seen this kid Strand for the Falcons, Josh?
What about him?
You see that? Did you see him? I mean, I know I get it. I know I can't make a conversation piece. I'm going to tell you that this is a strand to a different brand here for the Falcons. I might suggest after our conversation here today that Penix or Tua may not really be the look when it's all said and done. If anybody was observing the Falcons.
I see this is where it's going.
And then there's the Bonner buyout. As I mentioned WNBA a second ago, then there's Sister Bonner here is going to be in an interesting scenario that I think makes, and that's Dewana Bonner for those of you, because I know we don't have a lot of WNBAers. But, she's a wily old veteran, as it were. And it's a thing like teams releasing her to have an opportunity to make a move. So we got a few items on deck today. And then I've got some picks, Josh. I think I'm going to start it off. I don't have anything to report from the weekend that, is profitable. I don't have anything. Yeah. No, just more instances of call the 800 number. Yep. But I was busy. I was, of course, I'm always close, I'm close niches. You know that.
Yeah, it's our goal to make the
we wanna get
weekend, no
paid.
matter how hodrum it may be, very less hodrum.
But we want to get paid. But what I was trying to get said is I didn't win anything.
But like I
And
said,
close means nothing, as we know.
But like I said, even if you didn't win or anything, or did win anything, it makes it interesting because of the excitement that comes with what you do.
That's right. And that's why 1-800-GAMBLER. If you must, please bet responsibly. 877-909-1007. If you want to do something, call it, text it, do whatever. It's what it is. All right. So, okay, in the program today, we got the fellas. You guys know it's a Monday. We're doing it, and it is a football nation, as we are well aware. High school football started, Josh. We have results.
Oh, yes, we do.
Last Friday.
That's right.
And I had a real mishap in the production room that I am very upset about, which has us lagging now behind, headed to week 2. Don't ask me any further questions because I'd like to keep to myself.
Okay.
Thank you. I do say so my damn self. Thank you. Monty and Ski are here, though. We will talk to them. Should we break? Let's break. Hold on. Ring the bell before we. Let's ring the bell.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get
handle
that out
the
of the way.
Anthony Butler situation. Who is that? He is the master barber and stylist. Ladies, please understand that at 1248 West Sylvania, you can change your life, because that is what the master barber is doing, Josh. Did you know this?
Yeah, he's
doing? Changing lives.
One haircut at a time.
Oh my gosh, it's never rehearsed. Let Butler hear that. He will be impressed. Snip, snip, clip, clip to your ugliness and bad. I didn't have one right there. I'm sorry. I didn't have a line. I'm sorry.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
All right, fresh. Let's ring the bell here on this Moving Out Monday. All right, what happened? A few items here. We're going to call it overnighter, so let's go. We're starting here. Okay, Tigers swept by the Royals. That's not good in alignment with the conversations we were having just a week ago. Darn. Well, 11-7.
11, yeah, 11-7. I'll just double check. Yep, 11-7 as Sears. There's more for your life. He took the loss. He's 0-1.
It's more for your life. Absolutely. Okay.
And the Tigers are running out of lives because it's not helping whatever playoff chances they have.
No. Anytime you keep talking about a sweep. Okay, let's go.
Moving right along to the Cleveland Guardians.
And these guys, not necessarily, any more reliable, I guess, Josh, in the grand scheme. But they complete a sweep, though. And even I felt like I was trying to make some sort of caseries as we left out, like, hold on. Because, your boy Andy was very, he has a real give upness about him. So, but nonetheless, either way, Central Division woes and flows. 7-2.
Yep, 7-2. Guards are now like a game below 500. They're trying to keep pace with the White Sox as Griffin gets the win. That's number 15 against 4 losses. Sagano got the loss. He's 12-7 for the Rockies. as the Rockies head towards another on the script losing season. The Guardians are trying to hang in there and overtake the White Sox in the Central.
Okay, bam. All right.
And the Reds.
And the Reds.
They lost.
That was a horrible series too. This was the Diamondbacks. They was just out
the
here with all
snakes
weekends. Yeah,
out in the
this is
desert.
ridiculous. Okay.
Your losing pitcher was Abbott. He's 6-9, and Loizaga got the win for Arizona. He's 5-3, and Reds. What can I say? Another season of could have been, should have been, would have been.
Okay, got you. All right, bam. Okay. Is that it?
Oh.
What the Hens do?
Oh,
You got
the Hens,
what's
yes.
happening locally?
The Mud Ducks, they took one to the neck, 4-2 to Iowa to wrap their series at home.
Okay, there you have it. Ring the bell. Brought to you by our man Anthony Butler. He is the master barber and stylist, ladies. Okay, when we come back, talk to the fellas. There's things to handle. A lot to do. All right, come off this doggone first weekend. High school football, a few items out of this preseason frame from week 2 as well. Busy. Let's do what we do as we move on out on a Monday. All right, Josh is here. Ski will be back and Impress. Sit tight. It's Black and White.
When the game ends, the real talk begins. Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages. ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
Typical vibes for this time of the afternoon commute on a Monday. One incident, door at Detroit. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
At Hudson's Automotive, we keep your vehicle running at its best with expert
Maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation. Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now.
800-580-6475.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe. If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. That's why you got to call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid. Pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-370-5435.
Driving. Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging.
Viagra, $2 a pill. $99 minimum order. Call 800-925-5313.
Clear for tonight, cool, mid-50s, lots of sunshine.
America celebrates its semi-quincentennial, Genoa Bank invites you to reflect on the moments that shaped our nation and continue to shape our communities today. Through our Semi-Quincentennial Moments series, we'll share stories of perseverance, progress, and hometown pride, because every generation leaves its mark, and every moment becomes a part of the story. As we celebrate America's 250th birthday, Genoa Bank continues its tradition of community banking and personal service.
Genoa Bank proudly celebrates America's 250th anniversary. Genoa Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Learn more at genoabank.com.
School is back, and Mike's Pizza and More is helping you save. On August 25th, visit this station's Sweet Deal webpage and get $50 worth of Mike's Pizza for only $25. Fresh dough, fresh veggies, and your favorites made to order every time at Mike's Pizza and More. Black and white.
I think she choked, and I guess she choked. I don't know what the hell happened. Are you reconsidering her role? I don't know what. You're fake news. Don't ever talk again. You're fake news. One of the worst in the business. Fortunately, nobody watches you. But
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Moving out Monday. It's Black and White Sports, 100.7 FM. It's ESPN here in the Lucas County vicinity. We appreciate you one and all. Everybody tuning in, rocking and rolling with us on this day and each day. I am Andre of the Savages. And you should also be reminded, it's very important that you download the Savvy Television Network app today. Even more so, because we just had the cutoff. Those of you who were on Facebook, you're not now, right? So hopefully you plugged in, you're doing it with us on the app right now. App Store, Google Play, iOS, Android devices respectively, and of course you can do it at home as well. It's not just the phone. It'll take us with you anywhere, but go to the living room also and hit the Roku situation on your smart TV. Download Savvy, search Savvy TV, and then bam. Also Apple TV and of course Fire Stick, Amazon Fire TV, what have you. So do that immediately. But I think we plugged into, we got some of the fellas in here. General Counsel, been rocking. They just said F it. They moved to the Facebook, I think. I mean, not the, the Facebook, the damn YouTube.
Yeah.
Excuse me. They just went to the YouTube all the way. Savvy Television there also. So we got it going, man. We can't, we got to keep it pushing, man. Enough is enough. I don't know, something's up. And it's probably because of the fact that we're pushing, you got to push the traffic off of that app to our app. So, in app war, I guess that wouldn't be favorable, no matter how you say it. They're just chalking it up to, we're doing something copyright, Josh. We're not.
Right. I mean,
we're not doing
or at least what their AI generated automated person thinks it is.
That little line I said in the rapping, that's what did it. You guys want to go back, you have to watch it though. Now, like I said, you get in the app, you can watch it though here this evening. We got to quit messing that up too. I've been messing up the upload too, Josh, like right after the show. I've been totally watching that completely.
Well, we're all human, but remember, Facebook is fleeting, YouTube is forever.
And no, Savvy Television is what we consider that. You're right. I don't know. YouTube could be. I don't trust it though. I still feel like they're gonna pull a cord on that too at some point.
Only if you upload like certain content on there that you get flagged for without the proper due diligence. But if you're just a listener or listening to content, it's no problem.
No, you're right though. You know what? I take that back, Josh, because it has too much of a historical quotient to it now, and it's like that's like the whole evidence of too many things. And then when you put the instructional component that YouTube brings to kind of life in general, he may be right. YouTube may never ever disappear.
Yeah.
Among all things.
It's too big to fail.
Damn, that was masterful. Whoever did that. Just think about that. Because it didn't exist, and now it exists.
Yeah. Now I can watch like commercials from network television, say from August of 1987.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. He's Josh Burnham, ladies and gentlemen. I am Andre of the Savages. It is Black and White Sports on a Monday. You are here. Let us move the conversation forward. There are a few items to deal with. Of course, none other than the quarterback announcement that we have in Cleveland. So a great place to start. So we get the quarterback in here. All right. Both of the fellas and the edge rusher. He is Monty Features, and the quarterback is John Nowajeski. As you know, gentlemen, good day, good afternoon to you both, and hope you had a pleasant weekend. Like Josh Mixmaster J, Biz. Hey, Josh, your dad is watching. Well, he might not be now. He got cut off. He was on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah,
But like I
Ed
said,
Beasy.
get to the app or watch it on YouTube. That's the way to go.
Absolutely. Fellas, what's going on?
How we doing, guys? Happy Monday.
Absolutely.
Hey, what's going on, man? How y'all?
Oh, man. A little better every day, gentlemen. Okay. Monty Features, John Norjeski here. A few things. First, because I'm definitely, we will do the Cleveland thing. Let me kind of roll it back for a second. And Monty, I know you probably had gigs and stuff going on. I'm thinking about, man, we have reunions, all this other stuff happening over the weekend or what have you. So I don't know where you may or may not be. But I know John Norjeski certainly in the house on Friday night, and what I might let me say it this way, Ski. I'm gonna, you take it, man, and evaluate and do what you need to do. This is gonna be our sort of makeshift Monday morning meeting with Coach, you know what I mean, or Monday meetings with Coach in a haphazard way. We're gonna get to the real thing here, everybody. My bad on this week, but I thought solid because I knew that second half things would turn. I was disappointed. I had to go in my effort to try to get to Central to get some sort of hope. What I thought, was hoping was going to be at least a quality piece of that game and make, hopefully highlights in that. And it kind of worked out that way. But in doing so, leaving St. Francis and Wait after the first half, that actually saw the Knights go into the locker room, down a point, and really kind of, I don't know. Like I said, John, I'm going to be interested to hear how you categorize things. But basically, defensively, it was just kind of I just felt like some miscommunications going on. A lot of what you might expect in the first game scenario, but nonetheless, never excuses quite possibly letting it maybe, and no disrespect to the way kids at all, but I think on paper, talent-wise, I'm thinking most of us are going to lean St. Francis in that regard, but we found ourselves watching a Wait team gain that confidence that I'm pretty sure Coach Linke addressed in not allowing to get bubbling, but they let it get bubbling. But I say solid, Ski, because they were able to right that and obviously extend the lead, separate themselves, and display, obviously who the better group was, on last Friday night. But what was your take on it, your vision on it? And obviously I know I get it, Dad, but the football.
No, I mean the football thing. Here's what was glaringly obvious, and you mentioned that you were going to go to Central too, and I saw the highlights from that game as well. St. Francis came out and they were a young team. They are a young team, and they had to grow up real fast. And they were one of those. It was one of those situations, Sav, with a young team. You can get overconfident knowing who you're playing. And the Wait Indians are a good football team. They are a very good team, returning some players. They're a lot better than they were last year.
Right.
But these are student athletes, Sav, and they're high school kids. And you know how that goes. And that showed in the first half. My inside information did tell me some things happened at halftime that turned that thing around, both offensively and defensively. And you saw that in the second half. And consequently, with the Central game, Sav, that's a team that returns some starters. That team is not as young. Their senior leadership led to a victory against Trotwood. So later on down the road, that's going to be an interesting matchup, to say the least.
Real quick, what'd you think, man? You have to be Shane, man. What'd you think of your boy, man? How'd you feel about that? Dad, first night out.
I'll be honest. It's everyone thought it was his first varsity start, and it really wasn't. He got his first start going back last year in the playoffs. So he came out well, was very efficient, was 10 for 14, Sav. They didn't really open it up a lot. He was about 72%, and he was responsible for 3 scores. So couldn't be more happy the first night out for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, a lot of work to do. And many of you who don't know, again, we're not going to be trying to nepotism around here. That's me, though. I'm the one in the show. Ski doesn't put that. It's not in the script. But I'm going to ask him. And like I said, and it's part of it. And I think, most people would, because the evaluation will be like you just saw right there, John. I appreciate that. And again, and I thought he was cool because I'm down on the field. And so what I would say, and if he can hear it, and maybe you let him hear it later on, I thought I was satisfied with his ability, man, to organize guys and get in and out of huddles and those things. And I was looking for some of that, and I feel like we're early on into what is a positive maturity that can go on. And I saw as guys responding. That's the other part. You know what I'm saying? Because like you say, we got young guys, and then now Monty, I could put you know how this goes, especially at this level, and you know how things can be, and we don't always know this, everybody. And sometimes when there's the continuity is a little bit off kilter, and we could argue that St. Francis might say, I think Coach Josh would certainly say, because he was a lot of unpleased moments on the sidelines down there with some of the things that was going on. And at one point, he did get at guys in that first half, though, where, you know, he's pretty cool most of it, you know what I'm saying? But he kind of let him have it for a minute. But I thought that was cool, Ski, a couple of times down the goal line. And guys, you know what I'm saying? And that's the part that's hard when you, especially position guys and things too, or maybe some guys that didn't have experience last year. Now you in this moment too, and you out there. I mean, Ski, remember, you know, I'm Mr. Illegal Procedure. I'm not getting the proper instruction. Monty, you should have saw this fiasco, man. This will never be. This is probably history. They should put it on the gridiron grizzle of all time. Nobody ever in any level of football got 3 consecutive illegal procedures, Monty, because you know you gotta get off the line. Now, you would think the coaches would explain that, but they assume you figure by NCAA level football, you would know this. Not if you ain't never did it. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. You know, and that's the oxymoron of my life. He's good enough to start to get the position to take it on him, and then we don't know the see. That's the hookup right there. See, and that's what it was. But nonetheless, those things, man, I thought that was cool, man. But yeah, you're right, John. Weight better than the people. They might want to be cool.
They're going to win some football games.
Yeah, you might
listen. They're going to win some football games this year. They're going to sneak. You know, they're not going to sneak up on anybody though. If that's the case after that week 1 performance, so good for them. Good for those kids. They're out there fighting hard. But both teams have a lot to clean up after week 1.
Sure, absolutely, no doubt. I concur wholeheartedly with that. But nonetheless, appreciate that. Appreciate the kids, man. Even like I said, the young men is central too. Those guys, man, coming in here and the effort that they gave. You know what I'm saying? Central's a different animal, man. So that was weird too. Just being the contrast and getting back into that. So it was a real shell shot moment for me on Friday night, just being out there. You know what I'm saying? In days of news shifts and what have you. But let's move it, man, to the big dogs, NFL, gentlemen. And of course, today has been in the foreground of many conversations. Of course, people had opinions on it as the competition was taking place now for the entire camp, and certainly a strong narrative before we ever got to camps or what have you with respect to the Browns and their quarterback situation. Obviously, always been a high point of emphasis just with the organization. And so here we find ourselves. We finally have an announcement of the starter. But before we get to that, gentlemen, I'd like to go back to Saturday. And I don't know if you guys saw it live or if you watched it, but obviously you saw the highlights and you got to see enough of, Shedeur and this 8 for 8 and a 140 plus, north of 140 plus on the passer rating, all of this. And I think I have a different angle, gentlemen, on why I think that the Browns have made the wrong decision, which I think will end up sort of cutting their throat right away. In a sense, I think we will see that, but more so because Shedeur, even on Saturday, found himself, because obviously John, Monty, you guys know the situation with the fans, Deshaun Watson. And I thought coming out of Saturday, one of my takeaways in my notes was how Shedeur stood for Watson in that moment and in the way that you would as the actual leader of the ball club. And conversely, when we think about the soundbite, which I'm going to have Josh run right here, kind of set this tone, we're going to begin with Watson's response to the crowd and obviously their feelings and their energy, which should not have been a surprise. But, you know, his feelings, I think most of you have heard this already, but the fact that he felt it was not about what's going on the field, but more a personal situation or personal variety.
Man, I didn't have no reaction. I think the biggest thing is, I think you guys know too, and I think the whole world knows, it has nothing to do about the performance. It's a little bit personal than that. So I think that's it's a disrespectful thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep whatever I feel with me and my family internally on how I feel about that. And yeah, just move on.
But don't you think, Deshaun, that winning and playing better would eliminate some of that booing?
Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles. And that same fan base, they cheered when I got hurt. So does that have to do with, what does that have to do with anything about performance? When a person get hurt, especially for your own city, and they cheer.
Well, see, and Monty, I heard you sticker in there a little bit as his first remark. So I'll start with you right there. Let's do that because we're going to kind of walk through this, fellas, a little bit here and sort of step by step just to come back through the weekend. But your response to his response at the fact that it's almost tone deaf to expect that you wouldn't hear some sort of angstery out of somewhere in the stadium. No.
Well, the thing is, he's dealing with a fan base that knows that he got away with the bag for absolutely he essentially stole a bunch of tax money, and the fan base knows it. The only people that don't seem to know it is the ownership, right? And as a athlete, you have to have one thicker skin, but know that your history follows you. And when people see that, those people don't know you personally. That's why it kills me when he says personally. What they know is what the media and stuff shows, and the things that you've done for the media to report, it puts a bad light on you, and that's how those people are going to see you. Now, again, like you said, winning and good play can change all of that, but you haven't been available and you still collecting this check every week. People are not going to be happy about that at all. And you've single-handedly handcuffed this franchise for years to come. So I don't know what you expect.
John, now go ahead. Now, John, what did you think about the tone deaf energy of that, and what was Watson actually thinking, especially with the idea that you really haven't gotten busy though? Nobody has any real recollection of you really zipping and zapping with the football.
I don't, as far as, the booing him while he's been down when he was hurt, there's always going to be fans on both sides of that. If the Browns were winning, gentlemen, none of this would be an issue. I think this goes back to the very beginning, where it was reported all over ESPN that he does have thick skin. I mean, that there were people reporting that. But the thing goes is, he has to produce, and being injured, and it was people didn't like the contract. He's not producing up to the money. That's the biggest part of it. And, that Cleveland fan base has been known to boo many quarterbacks out of that city. So I wasn't surprised by that at all. They booed Baker out. They booed all kinds. Tim Couch back in the day was the number one overall draft pick, and they booed his ass right out of the stadium. So I just think he knew he was going to be the starter. Shadour's reaction, I think he knew he was going to be the starter. So none of that was surprising. But guys, I'm not surprised. I don't know why we are all surprised. We've been talking about this all summer. I knew going into this that it was his job to lose. Todd Monken was not going to anoint Shadur Sanders as the starter, coming from Baltimore and running his offense. Deshaun Watson is Lamar Jackson-esque, and he wants to see if he can squeeze a lot out of that, a little bit out of it, what he got out of Lamar. And if he can do that, I'm telling you right now, if they go 2-0, Sav, you're going to hear a whole different thing come out of Cleveland.
Okay, but I'm glad you brought me right there. Talking to John Norjeski right there. That's the quarterback around here. Is Black and White Sports. Monty Features is my edge rusher. So let me jump. Thank you for that. But Josh, get Shadur ready too, as far as the Watson, because I want to come back to that. This is where I think, I don't think they will be 2-0 with this. And again, that could just be me with the hating on Watson at this point, only because I think we're making a grave mistake here. Now, if you just tell me that destiny aligns with it has to wait for a little bit longer for the circumstances to be aligned and the universe correct, then I can dance with that in a minute. But in terms of where we're at here, I think we're making a big mistake. I don't doubt John in his assessment there on Coach Monken and what's going on. I do still believe that, as we hinted, Monty mentioned, ownership here. I think it was decided, and I think that's the reason why. I don't think this is completely about play. It can't be about play. Like you said, John, maybe it's styles. This man, I won't take that away from you. You know that better than me. Is he thinking, I'm going to get something and squeeze, juice out the melon? Okay, cool. But this is where I'm thinking, and here's my point. So when I come to this soundbite, first of all, because I still haven't necessarily heard from you, I want you to give me an evaluation on Shedeur here in a second, just on the field. But this is what I, again, take away from this whole thing in the larger context. And also, not to mention, I believe that these men in this locker room feel this way for like this exact reason I'm getting ready to display, the way he has kind of handled pretty much every time he's had to come to the mic, beside, some of those early little faux pas moments in terms of Shedeur and addressing the media in general and how he conducts himself and all of this. So here's Shedeur reacting to just the roll back on the Watson thing at first, and before people got a chance to get cooler heads prevailing, reactions to media, everything else. But Shadeur's initial response to what took place was this.
In general, I don't appreciate that at all. Just regardless of competition, we all human beings. And I think we all need to understand that, in this room too. We are humans. So it's like, I don't really do things to humans I wouldn't really want done to me, and I don't really like making people feel uncomfortable in different spaces. And that's why even sometimes, like daily things I do, like I try to make sure everybody comfortable, because a lot of things, just even how I am as a person, sometimes can make people uncomfortable, So, I mean, I'm obviously aware of that. And just for all the fans and everything, like we appreciate y'all and showing up and everything. And however y'all feel about the situation, about with Deshaun and about everything, like still, I think it's more about a bigger purpose of just respect. It's just a respect thing that I feel like should be there, because we all out there trying to do our best and trying to serve the franchise the best way possible. We going out there to win games. We're doing everything we can do. So, I don't really appreciate that.
And I appreciate that, gentlemen. And to me, that's my starter. That's my leader of my team right there. That's who that is. Now, the other man is, as he said, we're going to come back and finish. We're going to hit this last break for this first hour, talking to Ski, talking to Monty. But that is why I feel they're making a very big mistake here early on with the morale of this team. And Ski, they better pray like hell there are a couple of victories, because I assure you, this won't get through the first month where the team will be like, hey, coach, we're not feeling this play. We going with this. We're not loving this. It's a very risky situation Monken has on his hands. Let's come back, though. All right, this break. We in here. It's black and white, almost done with the first hour. That's why we say it's a fast $1.20. We tell you this constantly. Sit tight.
Want wagers that win? Weekdays will walk you to the window. Tune into Best Bets on Black and White Sports, 4 to 6 p.m. on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
Typical vibes for this time of the afternoon commute on a Monday. One incident, door at Detroit. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies. Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core, so you can work from anywhere. Now from $699 with exclusive student pricing from $599. Find PCs built for you at Dell.com/deals.
How many times have you told yourself, I'll start getting back to me when things calm down? And of course, they never do. How about now? Make back to school season back to you season with Toledo Weight Loss Secret. They'll have you feeling great, looking good faster than you'll ever dream possible. Most patients take off 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. And if I can lose 20 pounds in 2 months' time, anybody can. It used to take me that long just to use 5 or so. And then the process was so long, the results so minimal, I'd just give up and that 5 pounds would be back in days. No more. The weight I lost is staying off because the root of my problem was solved. My metabolism is reset and it's working as it should. With Toledo Weight Loss Secret, the program is so simple to follow. It's safe, it's sustainable, doctor developed, doctor supervised, everything else that you have tried. If it's failed, I am telling you, this is the program that won't. Set up your free consultation today at ToledoWeightLossSecret.com and do it before August 31st and you'll save $200 off the complete weight loss program. ToledoWeightLossSecret.com.
When you make a bad bet, you lose. But when the billionaires and greedy corporations make a bad bet, they get bailed out. They bet big on Argentina. And when the economy tanked, they got a $20 billion bailout. $20 billion that could have improved our schools, reduced our prescription costs, or cut our taxes. Instead, it went to Argentina. Now the billionaires and greedy corporations are bankrolling corrupt politicians like Dirty Derek Merrin. Why Dirty Derek? He voted for First Energy's $1 billion bailout, then let them raise our electric bills. He gave $2 billion more in tax breaks for data centers. And Marin pocketed nearly 20 grand from a convicted criminal on First Energy's payroll. Marcy Kaptur's honest, and she invests in America, not Argentina. Marcy opposes the foreign bailouts that put Wall Street ahead of American workers. Dirty Derek works for them, but Marcy Kaptur works for us.
I'm Marcy Kaptur, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Kaptur for Congress.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Hey, it's Denny Schaefer. Let's talk cigars. And man, do I have 3 great spots for you. First, the Cigar Fair, located in Uptown Maumee, in business for over 30 years, the largest walk-in humidor in the area with over 1,000 open boxes. That's right, 1,000 open boxes. Enjoy comfortable indoor seating or the outdoor patio, the Cigarden, a large pergola garden setting with flowering vines and even hummingbirds. Next, there's Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk, the warmest cigar lounge in northern Ohio, with huge TV. Try their Great Lakes cigar made in Nicaragua and only available at Havana Cigar Outlet, North Coast Cigar, or the Cigar Affair. Finally, North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton, your living room away from home. Grab a comfy seat, a nice bourbon, and catch the big game. Just minutes from Lake Erie. 24/7 private lounge memberships available at all 3 locations. So light up at one of your 3 favorite new spots. The Cigar Affair in Uptown Maumee, Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk, or North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton.
Searching for the best place to get both classic and creative pizzas? Visit Pizza Cat and build your pizza as weird as you want it. Earn perks towards future orders by visiting pizzacat.com. Now with 2 Toledo locations, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza. La Pointe Recycling. We pay way more than anyone in town for scrap metal. Located on Crissy in Holland.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
All right. Before we get out of here on the first hour, let's continue this thing, Black and White Sports, on a Monday. Appreciate everybody. 877-909-1007 if you want to chime in any way. Monty Features is here. John Nowajewski also. Josh Burnham trying to hold the thing together. I am Andre of the Savages. Okay, listen. So before I left, fellas, this is what I'm saying. Now, in terms of the leadership quotient, I feel like that's on display in that moment. Those of you just joining us now, you did not hear the sound of Shador. Even in the moment where Watson reacts to the people, you guys heard about all that, the Cleveland fans booing and this and that. All right. But he comes and stands up like, listen, man, first of all, I don't appreciate that. People, we don't need to do that. Like, as human beings, we should keep a modicum of respect at the end of the day. hey, man, we all are out here trying. Deshaun's trying. I'm trying. We're trying to do our best for this team. And obviously you guys, and then killed them. It's a savvy on them, no pun. But listen, we appreciate you guys coming, though. Thank you guys for being with us and standing with us, whatever would happen. Man, that's Cap Rooney talking right there. That is not Willie Beeman. Willie Beeman, on the other hand, is over here with the bull crap. And this is early Willie Beeman, people. I ain't talking about how it plays out in the end with that. But I'm saying to the extent that Deshaun Watson came on a moment ago, we heard him bugging out, and it's personal. And they just tried to clown me when I tore my Achilles last time I was on this field. And this fan base, he says, all his work. So, Josh, here, this will make the point, fellas, right here. Here's Deshaun Watson after the PR people in Cleveland and Berea, Ohio, got with him, and they had the meetings, and everybody reacted to the fallout of the Sports Center narrative, and everybody else of the speaking culture or the talking head culture. Here's Deshaun Watson after, oh, no, we look crazy. The man we know, like Ski said, we getting ready to start, and it's clearly, here he is on the re-up, and watch how effed up it still is. Let's do it, Josh.
First off, I want to address the comments from Saturday after the game. I think just, human nature, just myself being very emotional, putting a lot of time these last 2 years to, get back and, spend time in this facility, in the city, meeting a lot of different people in the community. I thought I was going to get, a little different response, but, I think, my emotions got the best of me.
Cut right there is why I told him to chop it, because I don't need you in the head of nothing then. See?
Right.
See? Yep, Monty, I know you want John Ski. Can you help right there? Go to John Ski right there. John, who's my leader, though, John, based on this circumstance here. And just this, before we get out here and get with live bullets, Ski, which guy are you wondering where your money going if you had to put some?
Listen, both these guys said exactly what they were supposed to say. What do you think Shador was going to say? I mean, he said exactly what he was. They're both professionals, guys. If the roles would have been reversed, they all have media machines. He came out and said it. Listen, like we've said before, this is professional football. All these guys need to do their job and do it well. Do you think that team cares who's behind center if they're winning? No. They don't.
But they don't win. But it's more important.
But they don't know. That's the point. We're acting real emotional right now.
But are you saying that you don't like what he said? Like you said.
No, I like what he said. I like what he said. I'm not surprised by what he said.
What else would he say? He could have said a lot of things and just stayed and not mentioned Watson or any of that and responded to that. He could have.
He's very professional. I loved what he said. I loved what he said. Absolutely.
Hey, Ski, to address one thing first. I don't want my leader guiding with emotion, because emotions change in every second, right?
Sure.
So, and once you put an action that you can't take it back. The thing you ask, if they're winning, do they care who's behind their quarterback? To me, in order for them to start winning, they have to build a culture. And in order to build a culture, you have to have strong leadership.
Correct.
And the person who leads with, even kill, not going by emotion, is the person who builds culture, which builds leading. So the answer to your question, if you ask me, I want Shador, because that's how a leader handles himself in those situations. We take emotion out of it, because emotion leads to people getting shot because you stepped on a shoe, or that type of thing. That's emotion. Level head is, you stepped on my shoe, but I understand it's crowded in here. Hey, man, everything's all good.
Now, I get we talking about football, and I get it, but if we do it and we say all this stuff is still metaphorically life value, and even why we all did it. You guys are good men and things. You both are going to tell me that you still adhere to values and things that came from your time on the field and on courts or whatever.
Listen,
I know this.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So
neither one of the guys. Honestly, neither one of these guys are going to be playing football for the Cleveland Browns next year, regardless. I don't believe neither one of these guys. This is the deepest draft going into 2027. They're both going to be on their way. Trust me.
That's what it is, though, man. Hey, that's a strong hour, though, fellas. Listen, my bad, too. It's not even longer than that, man. So I appreciate you guys, as always. Definitely going to be going on because we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what the result is. What do the Browns do? I don't think it'll take long. I still think, again, this young man is destined for something else. John, I do think you made a little light of it on Shedeur. Like, what would he say? He didn't have to say that, and still could have gave you an answer that was still professional, still would have been a good teammate, and not necessarily even mention him. He took hold of it and he addressed everybody. He said a thing. What that young man said was the type of remark that everybody, that Miss Gertrude in the front office that's been here since the Jim Brown days up there in the top of the office, was proud to say that's who we need to get us in the right mindset here. Because we're not going to trip about this. If that's my teammate, if they bench me or whatever, this is what it is. But don't do that to him like that. He might be our starting guy. We need all of you guys. The whole thing works together, and that's all we're trying to do. And I thought that was solid, man. And I think for me, that tells the tale. But real quick, John, let me get you. I know we got to roll. 10 seconds, though, on Shedeur's performance, though, just what you saw in the field, because I did want to hear that from you. My bad.
Absolutely. I think in the 2 games, he outperformed everybody. So, I mean, he played very well. He played much better than he did last year. He showed his growth in the pocket. He showed the ability to go from his first receiver to his second, which he had a lot of trouble with that last year. He would dip out of there pretty quickly. So he's maturing. He's growing. He's going to be a good starter in this league for a while, but just not in Cleveland.
Monty, hey, if he's in there, what you think? These Browns, though, is a threat to your guys at all? I mean, you do have Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, man, you know what? We were talking about this earlier, and I said somehow they always steal a game from us somehow, and I don't expect anything different this year. So
absolutely, and I usually bet that boy too. Hey, I appreciate you guys today, man. Thank you very much. Hell of an hour, man. All right. John Ski, Monty Features. All right, we'll be back. Hour number 2 is Black and White Sports. I'm Andre. That's Josh. We'll be the ones when we come back. Hopefully that will suffice. 5:05. Sit tight.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus Media
Maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation. Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now.
800-580-6475. Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging.
Viagra, $2 a pill. $99 minimum order. Call 800-925-5313.
information from Progressive. Bakery owners, you will be loved today. Every pastry will be flaky. Your cake will make a child's day. Your delivery van won't get sideswiped by a distracted garbage truck driver. But if so, breathe easy, knowing you'll get back to business quickly with Progressive protecting your commercial auto. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Looking for a pizza experience that's anything but ordinary? At Amy's Pizza Factory, every pizza is handcrafted with passion using fresh ingredients prepared daily. From timeless favorites to bold, unique creations, you'll taste what sets them apart from the very first bite. Pair delicious flavors with their warm, welcoming atmosphere, and you've got a dining experience worth sharing. Visit Amy's Pizza Factory today, located in the Regency Plaza at 6710 West Central Avenue. Amy's Pizza Factory. Pizza made the way it should be.
Black and White Sports continues on this Moving Out Monday. And it's important to remind you, in case anyone had forgotten or you just did not know, for those of you who need to ditch this 5G internet and this doggone fixed wireless in situations that are not the best deal in the galaxy, let me tell you what is the best deal in the galaxy. Rocket Internet, offering you 600 megabits per second for only $9.99 per month. Imagine that service. Or 1 gig more speed for $19.99 per month. Because you see, everyone, the biggest name isn't always the best deal. Both plans include Wi-Fi equipment, unlimited data, no contracts, and a 3-year price guarantee. Visit GetRocketInternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET to check availability and sign up. Rocket Internet is a prepaid internet service. Professional installation is required and a one-time activation fee applies. Offer subject to change or may be canceled without notice. Visit GetRocketInternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET for full details.
Black and White Sports.
Oh, rotten-hearted nigga that you are right now. You smile, but your smile ain't worth a damn. Your smile hides the filthiness of your hearts. Your hearts are rotten. And but 1 out of 4 of you gonna make it, because the heart is so damn bent up out of shape that no matter how good the truth is, you can't even perceive the truth right because of the condition of your hearts. You're filled with envy and jealousy. Oh, yeah, man, you are trifling hell of a people to work with. What have you got to be envious over? Or who that think he is? Got all them people looking up to him. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm not out here telling people look up to me. I can't help that. If that's what God wants, he produces it. Don't envy me for that. I'm your brother working to serve you. Why would you hate me because of envy?
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
Absolutely, it is ESPN here in the Glass City. Andre of the Savages on a Monday. It's Black and White Sports. Appreciate you, one and all. Josh, I think it might be 28 people totally worldwide. You got to figure, right, at this point?
I think that might be the case.
Easily. We have exploded. It was crazy. You guys remember, it was only like a half a year ago. We were like at 7 people total.
Yeah. And
It's
before
outrageous.
that, maybe 2 or 3.
Outrageous growth and the speed that you can't even understand. But you can understand that the traffic jam is underway right now. Part 2, hour 2, section 2. Halftime is through. We get back out here on the court. Third quarter activities about to begin. All right. Second hour is Black and White Sports. Also, don't forget, you can call us. Josh gave you permission. 877-909-1007 is how you do that. We are online auditorily as well. You can click the Listen Live tab if you hit us at 1007theticket.com. That's a listenable affair. But I just say download the app and cut all the crap. That's how you do that. See that, Josh? Mm-hmm. Download the app, cut all the crap.
And that's where it's at.
Thank you. It's just, that's it. because it's not about, well, where can we find it? Man, fool, stop clowning. Wherever you streamed anything else, however you got Hulu. Where did you find Hulu? Lulu?
Hulu? Who knew?
That's how. How you get it? Where we supposed to find you at? Wherever you found that. What? That anything.
Maybe Hulu, maybe a little ROKU.
Netflix. You found that, Tricky. It's a punk ass. Yeah, you found that. So that's how. You don't keep saying that over and over. But we in here, man. Let's go. We get the conversation going. Thank you again to our guys. Quarterback, edge rusher, we're here in hour number 1. And we had some fun with it. Poignant discussion with respect to Cleveland Browns situation. So you know it's getting ready to get icy here because we're going 2-1-6. Now I'm going into the teeth of the defense with it. Oh, it's not really done yet. We're going to do other items. But don't get me wrong. We got other items. I'm not just going to let him come in and just take off and start hollering and screaming because he could be irate. It's a chance. Even though he's the first one that really put on black and white anyway that said, well, I might be wrong because Ski might call back if I say this wrong, but I do recall Andy Sanzada, our boots on the ground, 216, saying, Sav, I don't know, I think Deshaun Watson is probably going to be the starter. I said, oh, Andy, hell no, I'm slapping your mom on that. No, I would not, Mr. Sanzada. I would never. I can't slap nobody's mama. Sam, man, what's going on?
It's a crazy Monday.
Oh, I know.
Sure.
And I'm not slapping Miss Sanzada if you heard that. I was just, it's like satire, it's fodder for the show you want to say. But listen, I said you could be going off, but hold on. You're not getting ready to jump in here and just start hollering and screaming and snapping and no Snapple Apple. Hold on 1 second. This is where we're starting with you. And how do you feel about having, because this is another different level of browning. We're going to come back to quarterback browning in a moment. But let's talk about organizational browning, where we got this gentleman now, tight end. Josh, we got to get the young man's name. We in here tripping out. We messing up. Is it, let me see.
Jaquan Wright.
Is it right? Okay, right. I want to make sure I had to get, yeah, so you got Wright, Andy. You got the tight end, LSU. I'm going to be the first guy to have this ridiculous scenario that everyone's up in arms about. Any thoughts there to begin? Because I hadn't really addressed that one today.
I mean, when you asked me about this initially last week, I said it was a joke. The NCAA is a joke. The fact that he would even consider something like this, is a joke. I mean, I'm going to continue to say that's what it is because, if you're not good enough to play in the NFL, you shouldn't be allowed to play college football. That's simple. You leave college, you go try out for the NFL, and you don't make it. That's it. You're done. Go play in the CFL. Go play in the Arena League. Go play in the UFL. But you should not get to go back and play college football. This is utterly an atrocity to the sport of college football, and I cannot believe the NCAA is going through it.
Yep, man. It's just, I mean, this is a really unfortunate set of circumstances just from the standpoint of, again, we keep on stockpiling ridiculous movement in an area that really requires everybody to stand still for a second. We probably should have paused on a lot of things. We probably should stop legislating and expanding the tournament and everything that goes with that. The whole NIL introduction, the fact that we understood it was lawless to begin with and have still not come up with any substantive avenues toward organization. And then we have more. You had Sorsby, you have more. Now we're here with this. This is all original territory. And like you said, Andy, I get the disdain in your voice as a college football enthusiast. I'm sure there are many more where the disdain is probably highly palpable if everybody could express this. But I just feel like, Andy, it leaves us with some level of this is just becoming more fiction. It's becoming a bunch of fiction. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like it's everything is a complete performance. They used to hint at it, but I feel like we're really in a day and age. And here's an example.
But Sav, when have we ever had a college coach call an NFL coach about a player and say, "Hey, can you cut him so I can put him on my team?"
Right.
Like that's unprecedented, and it's just ridiculous. And no surprise, it's Lane Kiffin. By the way,
I was coming there. That was going to be my next.
Surprise anybody.
I can't. He's involved, and the involvement is Lane Kiffin is on the scene. Hold on. So that brings us to this. Then we have Mark Schlabach earlier. Is this ESPN.com, Josh?
Yep.
I'm assuming because usually you do it. Okay. So the executive director of Ole Miss NIL Collective said FBI agents searched the Rebels football office for recording devices after former coach Lane Kiffin left for SEC rival LSU following the 25 regular season. Walker Jones, who co-founded the Grove Collective, told the Assorted Crackers podcast that FBI officials searched for bugs in the football offices at the Manning Center office. Kiffin bolted for once Kiffin bolted for LSU after guiding the Rebels to an 11-1 record in the regular season and their first CFP berth. Quote, "We actually had the FBI come through and walk the building for bugs and for everything," Jones told the podcast. "We knew kind of what was in Baton Rouge, and we knew how they operated. I remember getting on my knees and looking underneath the desk, like checking for, is there some sort of bug in my office?" When asked why he was looking under the desk, said Jones, "Trust me, you don't know this guy, Kiffin, like I do." The Rebels promoted defensive coordinator Pete Golding to head coach on the same day that Kiffin left. But I just thought that was a little interesting, another nugget that would just, thought we could all appreciate that. Yeah. That's our man. That's L. Kesey. Lane Kiffin, I love it. Listen, man, I love it. That is like, you almost, you wonder what is the real conclusion at this, because you're talking about a fun film. This man is living a very fun film, Lane Kiffin, I tell you that. But nonetheless, okay. All right, Andy, let me let you get back. Let me come back to it, everybody, because we had these are, and this is what I want to do here with you, though, because I think this is more. I spent a little time with Monty and Ski just on the idea that I felt like something unrelated or an item that most people aren't talking about displayed why I felt that they're not just making a mistake because of what happened on the field here during all of this, but perhaps just from the standpoint of a cultural transition and which guy might be better for that. We gave this example, Andy, of just talking about or showing how Shador handled the Watson thing and just Watson personally with the fans and all of that. So before I even go there, not that you can't comment on all of that, but I want to turn it to the idea that it feels like this is still an ownership play. This almost has been the idea that it was ever competitive or was going to be was not really true. And I believe that, Andy. And I feel like I'd like to sort of begin there with that idea. Hold on one second. Before I do it, Josh, let me get the Watson, the second bite, because I feel like what he says there will allow me to even present this to Andy further, because I think Watson, in his expression here in this press conference from earlier, kind of gives you the intimation that this is exactly what has happened here, but it's just his proxy delivery that disguises it in a sort of a passive, non-aggressive way. Check this out.
Because there's been a lot of great fans that have been supporting me, and I know the frustration this organization have put, a lot of investment in coming, to get me back in 22, and things haven't been going the right direction that we thought it was. A lot of injuries, a lot of time off, and not putting the best football and my foot forward. So again, just, I understand the frustration. I understand everything that kind of goes into that, and moving forward, I just want to focus on football, making sure that, I'm putting the best product out there.
Even though he should have kind of said that in his first response to all things. But Andy, take that right there. I feel like he gives you a glaring and demonstrative, delivery on, yep, this is ownership really like, yeah, since 22, this has been the plan, and I'm healthy, so this is what we're doing.
Well, and this is why I told you a long time ago that he was going to win the job, because this is all Jimmy Haslam. I posted on Facebook today, the fans should boycott all the home games. They should stop giving money to this guy, and enough is enough. Like, he just basically said F you to every Cleveland Browns fan in the city of Cleveland and outside of it by putting Deshaun Watson on the field after what Deshaun Watson said about us on Saturday. Jimmy Haslam doesn't care about the Browns fans one single iota. And when you asked me last week if ownership mattered, here's another example of it, Sav. Yes, ownership matters. As long as Jimmy Haslam is at the helm of the Cleveland Browns, they will suck. They will be one of the worst teams in the NFL for a very, very long time. It doesn't matter if they draft Arch Manning next year. It's still the same ownership. It has nothing to do with the players. It has nothing to do with the coaches. It's about Jimmy Haslam and his decisions. And I don't care what Todd Monken said today, and I know we're going to maybe get to that here in a bit, but this is all Haslam coming down and saying, I don't care what you think, what you saw on tape. I paid this guy $233 fucking million, put him on the field.
Yeah. Josh, run that, put the sound, get the Todd Monken. We got Coach?
The Todd
yeah,
Monken.
let's go to Coach. As Andy said, thank you, and drove it right there. So let's hear Coach as he explains, this is why we're going this way. This is the decision, and that's that. And I think this is the best move.
Deshaun is going to start against Jacksonville. Took in the full body of work over the course of off-season to training camp to the games, the joint practice, and ultimately felt like to start the season on the road, Deshaun gave us the best chance to move the ball and score points. I mean, that's really what it's about. And felt that way going in the last game, but wasn't sure. And after we talked as a staff and after we re-looked at everything, we're going to go that direction.
And now, Andy, as you hear that, now check this out. Josh, we got the Colin Cowherd.
Yeah, the Colin
Okay,
Cowherd.
now I hope I got this right. Lord help me out if I missed this, because this is perfect addition to this and connectivity on all of this. Listen to what Cowherd shares. Now, Cowherd happens to be in my camp and of the opinion that says, we believe Shedeur is a guy that we should have out here, et cetera, et cetera. But he put sort of a case together here, so it may take a few seconds, but I think he shares a clip or two that comes out of the evaluation frame from the staff as the process was taking place over, I think we even hear about the last 6 months here, and this lends to kind of Andy's point, everybody, and how it drives us back to Brother Haslam with the nonsense.
I don't think Shedeur Sanders is a bad kid. I think he's a little immature, a little silly for my taste, but I think he's got real talent. And I think he was underdrafted in the 5th round. I said, at worst, late second. I think he can play. I think he's big enough, accurate enough, mobile enough. I think you can win games with Shedeur. I'm not saying he's a great franchise guy, but I think Cleveland the last couple of years has aced the draft, and I think they're going to win games this year. Not 2 or 3, 6, 7, or 8. I really believe that. I think they have really good players. They have an offensive coach. And here's Andrew Berry on Shedeur's off-season development. Listen to this.
He's had an excellent spring, Anthony. I mean, the past 8 to 10 weeks, and really probably beyond that, really the past 6 months with, as a rookie player and particularly at quarterback, you learn a lot your first year. And especially if you don't start a full season, start 6, 7, or I guess you start 7 games and you kind of go through the year, it's adjustment going to the NFL. And then you get a chance to catch your breath and say, okay, well, here are the things that I need to work on. Here are the things I need to learn. And I think he did a phenomenal job this offseason.
You know what also did him a disservice, Shedeur? His dad. Deion Sanders, here's what we know. He's a great all-time NFL player, a pretty good Major League Baseball player, a so-so head coach, and a terrible agent.
All right, and we can cut it there because I don't necessarily need him going to the Deion factor of it, which I do think is a bit of a disservice that happened before the draft. But right there, and you heard the part, you heard Andrew Berry. And that's what I wanted to get to. You heard Andrew Berry. You can't have an evaluation like that anywhere else in the free world, that this is the situation with your young quarterback coming back after putting him on the field and dealing with the initial shock value of taking over and all that went with last season, and to come back and have this review from the GM chair. Talk to me about that in terms of how does that affect, again, what essentially you were already feeling?
I just think that what Monken said about Deshaun giving them the best chance to move the ball and score points, that's a cover. It's a cover for Jimmy Haslam telling both Andrew Berry and Todd Monken, you're putting Deshaun Watson on that field in week 1. Now, it's no coincidence to me that it's a road game that they're making this decision about. I think this is Deshaun Watson's one opportunity to win the back by winning in Jacksonville. If he wins in Jacksonville and then goes to Cleveland for Tampa Bay in week 2, we'll see what happens. But I'm telling you what's going to happen. What's going to happen is, if he thought he got booed over the weekend, you just wait until he gets his ass kicked in Jacksonville in week 1 and then shows up in week 2. Monken said this wasn't going to be week to week. I call BS on that. I think it's a week-to-week decision. They're going to try Deshaun on the road. If it doesn't work, they're going right back to Shedeur because they don't want to deal with the drama of the home fans in week 2, especially when guess who's coming to town? It's Baker Mayfield.
Sit tight. It's Black and White. We'll be right back. Andy Sanzada is on flame today.
From the sidelines to the headlines, this is Black and White Sports with the one and only Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket.
Progressive presents Heroes That Keep Truckers Going. Today's hero, all the furry four-legged
Upgrading to a
co-pilot.
smart home? Only Vivint offers a fully integrated smart home system. Every device works together seamlessly. Call Vivint now and get free professional installation, $200 off your initial order, and 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Plus, you can get 24/7 professional monitoring for as little as $1 a day. Upgrade your home to a Vivint Smart Home. For your free quote, call
800-853-6497.
Weekends as you air, making it harder to find a place like Nubaca.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available.
Call now, toll free, 800-558-5635.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe. If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. That's why you got to call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid. Pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-370-5435. I will prepare.
and we know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgeries, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good. Schedule your free consultation today at ToledoWeightLossSecret.com.
How many times have you said, I'll start when things calm down? This is your deadline. I'm Lynn Casey, and the Back to You event at Toledo Weight Loss Secret, it's wrapping up August 31st. Don't miss that deadline. New patients save $200 on the complete program when they enroll by that deadline. So don't carry that same empty promise into the fall, especially with all of those caramel and pumpkin spice temptations coming your way. Visit ToledoWeightLossSecret.com today and schedule your free consultation. And let them know you heard about the program from me, ToledoWeightLossSecret.com.
Looking for Toledo's best spot for food, drinks, and entertainment? Come see why everyone's talking about the Polish Ostrich. Daily food specials, happy hour every day till 6, and power hours from 6 to 8. Sing your heart out with karaoke every Monday and Thursday. Catch live music most weekend nights, and open every day for breakfast and lunch with the kitchen open late so you can satisfy your late night cravings. Great food, live entertainment, and a welcoming atmosphere all under one roof. The Polish Ostrich Pub and Grub, 944 Phillips Avenue, Toledo. Eat, drink, sing, repeat.
Andre of the Savages.
Let's think about this. I'm glad you brought this up because even in the first film, what are they doing? Apollo is trying to find somebody to help me get this show off. We're not planning on this dude winning. That's not even in the thing at all. Every now and again, I feel like somebody says, F the program.
Black and White Sports, weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket. This is Black and White Sports on 100.7 The Ticket.
Okay. As we cross the bottom of the hour here on this Moving Out Monday, it's Black and White Sports, fastest buck 20 in sports. There is no gray. I am Andre of the Savages. Josh Burnham is here, rocking alongside studio side as we do it live from South Glass City, Cumulus Media Campus. But we do it worldwide, as you know. Download the Savvy Television Network app today. You can do that everywhere. And if you have a smart TV or you got Roku, whatever, at your house or whatever, you put that in the search. Fire sticks, all of that. All right. We get back in here. Andy Sanzada, as I mentioned, is here live from the 216, talking to us on the fiber optic chain today, doing it via phone. And my man is on fire. Like I said, Andy has been explosive today. But so much to say about it. Of course, Browns have announced, made the declaration that they're going to begin the season with Deshaun Watson starting in Jacksonville on game 1, week 1, everybody. So, obviously different opinions there. We could argue the fans have sort of made themselves clear on where they're at with Deshaun Watson. No matter what we want to appear like we're trying to talk about, the fans were very definitive the other night in the home arena. So that has to be of concern. And he even mentioned that as we get in here, so he tells us, listen, you got a 1-game audition here, Watson. Got to get a victory. And you don't want to show up in, Brownsville in any way with an 0-1 and think it's not going to be cataclysmic around here and a little bit disconcerting. So with that, Andy, as we get back in here, hey, listen, man, I'm not bothered by your frustration at all, though, in the grand scheme and how all this is being run. I don't know. I don't know how they continue to expect the Browns, contingent, man, to continue again donating this money.
The fans are going to boo even if he wins week 1. I can tell you that right now.
Right.
Because what they're booing and is the fact that he's still being pushed in front of us, like, because of the contract, right? That's what they're booing. Like, he thinks it's personal. He thinks, they cheered when, now, don't get me wrong. No fan should ever cheer when a player gets hurt, regardless of how they feel.
Right.
So I disagree with how the fans handled him tearing his Achilles. But that being said, he played like ass on Saturday in a preseason game against the third string. Okay? The fans have a right to boo. And if you think it's personal, then get the hell out of Cleveland, because there is no tougher job in all of professional sports than to be the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. And if you can't handle what the fans are giving you, then you shouldn't be here, period, end of story. So I just think that he's in for a rude awakening if he thinks it's only going to get better if he starts winning. He starts winning, maybe he'll shut a few people up, but it's going to take 5, 6, 7 wins in a row for that to happen, and he doesn't have the ability to do that.
Yes, it's certainly a compelling view for everybody as we get the season going. Thank you, Cleveland Browns. We will be tuned in. Sign Dallas Cowboys. Thank you very much for taking all this attention off of everybody. Okay. All right, let's do this one. All right. Let me ask you about this one, man. Because I don't know. We've had a few conversations. What do you want to do with the Enes Kanter thing, man? Because I don't even necessarily know. I just feel like it should be mentioned because it's a big deal. I don't know, because I don't really know what Enes Kanter is trying to do here.
Well, what he's trying to do is to get the WNBA to admit what a real woman is. The T-shirt he wore was a political statement, and they're just not getting what people are trying to understand. All people want to hear is the commissioner of the WNBA to define what a real woman is, what a female is. They continue to dodge it. So he wears a T-shirt that gives you the definition of a woman. It said noun, it said female on it. And one of the players didn't like that. So I don't think it's that big of a deal, but the fact that he got kicked out for wearing a T-shirt with a description of what it actually is what's wrong with the WNBA. It's just utterly ridiculous that this sideshow continues to take place. And it's distracting from a couple of teams that are having a hell of a season and deserve more attention. But that's all people are going to talk about, because until the WNBA comes out and says, if you were born a man, you cannot play in our league, they're going to continue to face this.
Yeah, this is wild, but thank you for that, too, talking to Andy Sanzada here, because at first I was looking at it, I'm thinking, okay, Enes Kanter just, we egging on and we thinking we meaning good, but we're actually provocateur-like, but now I get it now. And I'm saying, okay, so it actually stays true to the Enes Kanter sort of theme and his tenor in that, yeah, this is nonsense, and I will go to the furthest extreme to be as vocal as possible about it. So I'm seeing that. So let me deal with where you bring us to, and when you ask the true pertinent question on this. You see, because you say it's WNBA, you're correct, but it's just half of the stop, because the other walkthrough is the society itself, because we're here now. And in this complete compartmentalization of fraudulisticness, it is really reached an epidemic viral energy on how our brains are operating when, watch this, people who would be taking this man out of this ball game for not really bringing harm or infringing anything or really causing any true detriment of any sort is being escorted out for views. Let's all look at that for a minute, and let's just stop and let's be on black and white for 1 second, and let's think about the gravity of this. Josh, Andy, hold on. Let's think about that. Views now not only will create the blues, it will result in you being front line of the news. And this is really significant when you start thinking about how this is going to unfold as we move forward with those who certainly live in a agendized sort of lane where it's always from day to day a specific and deliberate destination. And I don't care what sort of passenger intake that I deliver with. Like, in other words, it doesn't matter who I take with me down whatever rabbit hole we're going down collectively. whoever the agendizer is what I'm saying. You see what I mean? And so this is a very horrible slope that we really find ourselves in, because it's actions now, everybody. There are actions for disobedience. I just want everybody to take that and leave that. Damn the sports show, damn it all. This is on public radio. Disobedience, especially disobedience to the wrong faction, will definitely, certainly have you in a marginalized fraction. I just had to do it, Josh. I couldn't resist. You know, it wasn't, I don't want to make it light, but that's the talent. You know, I do. You know how I do. But there you go. We're in a dangerous place. We're here though. It's not even in. We're here now. We're here.
All I have to say.
But what he
Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
I'll have to say this. Once upon a time, Enes Kanter had some legitimate social commentary regarding human rights, civil rights, everything. But since then, he's evolved into another social media attention getter. I mean, it's no better than having these idiots who go out to games like this and throwing sexual object toys out on the court or something like that. He's just doing this for attention. It's just like it's all about, look at me. I want content. I want the clicks. I want likes, that sort of thing. It's just stupidity. He's basically asking for controversy where there's no controversy. There's no people who are transgenders playing in the NBA right now, or no players coming up that's transgenders. Basically, it's asking for a controversy that doesn't even exist.
But Josh, there is a controversy. The controversy is the fact that the WNBA has not openly stated that if you are a transgender, you cannot play in their league. And that is the message that he is trying to get across, that they need to come out and openly state that it can only be biological women playing in the WNBA. So I disagree with your take on that one. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's all it is. I think you have to step back and sort of recalibrate it in your mind and see it different. That is what Kanter is trying to do, because it's kind of farcical, the idea that we're even in a position where there should be a consideration at all. And that should be noted, but I know it's a dangerous slope to walk. But, you know, I always keep my skis on, so you know how that go. We're going to come back. Final time, man. Got Sandman in here. A few more items to deal with, all right? And some picks to make before we get out of here. It's Black and White. It's a Monday. Electricity.
Sports, raw, recalibrated, unfiltered. You're listening to Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages.
Are you still injecting GLP-1 medications every month? Paying hundreds, sometimes thousands, just to hold on to your weight loss? Here's the reality. Stop the drug. Stop the results. This is Dr. Justin with Toledo Weight Loss Secret. We don't believe in short-term weight loss. We offer a doctor-supervised, sustainable program designed to help you lose weight without lifelong medications or never-ending refills. No injections, no monthly refills, no staying on a drug forever just to keep the scale down. If you're done paying for temporary results, it's time for a real alternative. Visit Toledo Weight Loss Secret today to schedule your free consultation.
How many times have you said, I'll start when things calm down? This is your deadline. I'm Lynn Casey, and the Back to You event at Toledo Weight Loss Secret is ending August 31st, so get signed up now. New patients save $200 on the complete program when you enroll by the deadline. ToledoWeightLossSecret.com for your free consultation. That's ToledoWeightLossSecret.com.
Upgrading to a smart home? Only Vivint offers a fully integrated smart home system. Every device works together seamlessly. Call Vivint now and get free professional installation, $200 off your initial order, and 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Plus, you can get 24/7 professional monitoring for as little as $1 a day. Upgrade your home to a Vivint smart home. For your free quote, call
800-853-6497.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available.
Call now, toll free, 800-558-5635.
Maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation. Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now.
800-580-6475.
Of Taylor Hyundai.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Falcon football season tickets are on sale now. Bring the whole family to Dwight Perry Stadium this fall and witness year 2 of the Eddie George era. Call 419-372-0000 and grab your tickets today. Forward Falcons, fight for victory.
Black and White Sports.
Can't let nobody trick you out your spot. Motherfucker, praying you slip up, because as soon as you do, they're going to be putting in an application. They just want to be you. By all means, do not forfeit your spot to these lame-ass bitches.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
All right. One final time before we get out of here today on this Monday.
Moving out Monday.
Exactly. Black and White Sports. My bad. I didn't mean to throw that back up like that. How was that?
We were there and now we're gone.
Probably, yeah,
and we're back.
Probably hitting the thing. Okay. That's Josh. I'm Andre. Well, man, Andy Sanzada here, I believe. Still on the phone lines, live from Cleveland. A few things. Yeah, we've been rocking, really. We've been browning the whole situation, but the WNBA thing is wild in this counter. That's heavy as well. A few things before we do get out of here today, though. Let me thank a few people. Number one, and most notedly, our good friends at the Bassett Nut Company, who brings you Black and White Sports, all right? Formerly Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn, so don't forget that, because there was a move recently, 5380 Monroe Street, right next door to the Verizon store. We tell you about that all the time. Our man, Anthony Butler, make sure you get into the shop tomorrow, all right? Give him a call at 419-407-0880. He is the master barber and stylist, ladies, 1248 West Sylvania. Powell's Beauty Supply, 901 Nebraska Avenue, over 30 years and a lifetime, really, of service to the greater Toledo area. Please continue that regardless of your ethnicity. Beauty supplies are universal, and Powell's Beauty Supply is here for you. Consignment Home Interiors, where you can change your decor without spending more, 6925 West Central Avenue. Also, too, we know everybody likes to travel, right? You want ultra-low airfares, okay? You're ready to escape without breaking the bank, though. Nobody likes to pay for these high-ass tickets, right? So what you should do is fly for less with the lowest fares of the season. Whether it's a quick getaway or a long overdue vacation, we connect you with top destinations for a fraction of the price. Don't let high costs ground your travel plans. Book your next adventure today at Low Cost Air with Black and White Sports. That's 800-558-5635. And then Vivid Security. You guys know that. You guys are always thinking about Ring. I would suggest that you perhaps scale back on that. Vivid is Much better for a premium, professionally installed smart home automation with active AI deterrence. All right. 800-853-6497. Get a quote today and make sure you mention, black and white when you do that to our operators network. All right, Sam, man, before we do get out of here, I guess I can do this. Let me ask you this, though. Did you see the kid Strand for the Falcons? I didn't necessarily want to have a conversation, but I wanted to mention this because I want people watching this. I don't think it's going to be Tua or Penix in Atlanta, Andy, is why I was asking. And this kid Strand, I feel like there's something here. As preseason performances go, but because of the amount of time and the reps that the kids saw and what they were out there doing, I don't think I would fool with Penix or Tua. That's just me. This guy is a breath of fresh air. Small school guy, too.
I didn't get the chance to see it, but, Stefanski is a quarterback coach, so he's going to go with who he thinks can win games. He's not tied into anybody down there right now. So,
right.
And he has an owner in Arthur Blank that will give him the opportunity to do what's best for the team, not what he wants.
No, I got you, brother. Here's another mention of, but yeah, I just think I think that's going to be a situation that will shock people when we again. I don't know. Week 1 is right here, but I'm telling you, I would not be shocked to hear some announcement come out of there that doesn't say Tua's playing, because I know Penix will be catching up, but he's been cleared. All the rest of this, but I don't know if that's the guy either. As much as I liked him, you know what I mean. I still back the guy, all this other stuff, but I don't know if that's the move. Too much with the knees and all of this now. Exactly what we were saying at draft time. The moment you get in the league and that happens, I feel like it takes on a different significance at that point, and we have to look at that, and it's just hard for me to trust it moving forward. I just feel like every time it's going to be a Brittle Betty situation with this boy's knees. So that's just me on Penix. I like this kid. This is, again, breath of fresh air. He's hungry. He's from a small school. It's like a Defiance type guy getting in the NFL, Andy, you know what I'm saying, and getting a chance to put on. So you got that going on. But I just said, everybody, let's keep our eye out on Strand as far as, the Atlanta Falcons situation unfolding. And another quick note here, too, just WNBA, just to kind of come back to this, because, Andy, I think you've been watching enough, though, maybe, because you mentioned some teams that are doing very well. Like we said, we don't need the attention of the WNBA being on some of these other, avenues and conversations. But here we got this from yesterday, USA Today, I think. No, I'm sorry, the Arizona Republic, excuse me. DeWanna Bonner reaching a contract buyout with the team that essentially is going to allow her some free will to maneuver and get a chance to compete for a title. And this is one of our more noteworthy and longer tenured Wiley veterans. Okay. And, a lot of people would like to see her get an opportunity to play for something meaningful. What's going to be ironic? She should probably end up back in Indiana. That's the strange thing. And all that ruckus to get up out of there because she didn't like the scene, which I still think Bonner is kind of a Caden Clark hater, though. So it might not be that. But in terms of fits and where she could quite possibly add to, some of the teams that are in the top of the, the postseason horizon, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
That, if I'm being, the first thing I'd say is still like they could use a lot of what she brings, especially on the interior, and not having to only kind of solely depend on everything you get down there from Boston. Not that that's bad, because she's holding it down. We get it. But at the end of the day, I still think Indiana's going to have problems when it's time to deal with the ladies that they will have to face. If you're talking about winning, they all are strong inside. That's the thing. As much as the guard play is the highlight of the NBA, the W, I should say, and a lot of that shooting that goes on and a lot of this scoring that's happening. But these teams are strong on the interiors. The Lynx, the Aces,
the Dream.
You see what I'm saying? Hold on, flip it. Angel Reese. You want to say something about Angel Reese real quick, Andy? Anybody? People?
I mean,
Angel Reese.
She's playing well.
Is a look at the future.
You got to give her credit.
Angel Reese going on. I gotta say it, man. I gotta say it. But I'm not mad. When it's about the basketball, we're rocking. You know what I'm saying? As long as we don't over fashion model me, I'm cool. That's all it is. I'm not saying you can't fashion model, but I just need that. Let's let that be at the foreground of why we typically talk about you. But I'm proud of what she's doing, because you have to put the work in, and you can't really, fake the improvement that we see. Now, she might not be your most sure shot layup maker. Still, we get that. But again, she's been a problem. I'd like to see Bonner on just a quick note before Bonner, New York could work. Bonner, Dallas could work right now in terms of going forward, trying to compete on the 8 teams I'm looking at that will be postseason contenders, Dallas being in the 8th slot. That would be very helpful for them to compete against Minnesota. Not that they'd win, but again, that'd be a more interesting series if it's 1-8 and they do it that way. The ladies do it this way. So I don't know, but there you go. Bonner on the move. So there's that too. Just another item on the way out the door here today. And like I said, I just think, it's about 2 or 3 teams that she should select. But she probably won't look at the Fever because, again, she fought so hard to get up out of there. But that's probably your best look, man. But nonetheless, there you go with that. All right. Before we get out of here today, though, sir, we'll come back and do a few things that we didn't necessarily get to touch on today. You know what, Josh? I got a couple minutes. Let me try this thing with my picks here. In case we get caught up, let me do this before we go. This is what I'm looking at tonight. Let me ask you this, Andy. You like your boys tonight? I don't like Cleveland tonight, even though they were favored. But I don't like them tonight.
Yeah.
It's not a good look. Too much money.
Yeah. I mean, I like him just because Parker Messick's on the mound. He's one of our best pitchers. He was an all-star this year. He's been one of our more consistent pitchers.
Yeah.
And Adele's going back to Anaheim after being traded. So I think he's got some motivation there. So yeah, the Guards are in a good spot. They're winning games they should be winning to get them back in this race.
Yeah.
And so I think they need to continue that tonight.
Andy says he likes him, everybody. 90% of the money on Cleveland, I get a little leery. I feel like I'm going to give a run line. I'm going dog run line there just because of that. That's the only reason why. It's less about, trying to clown the Guards versus that. And that just scared me. The Guards are not, you know what I'm saying? They're not a 90% of the money team right now, no matter who the hell's pitching. You feel me? So that's where I say that. All right. So we go again. So we got Cleveland, like we said, on the road tonight, out west. So we'll see what the Angels do with that. I say give them a 1.5. Chicago. Now the Cubs, too, taking on these Diamondbacks who smacked the Reds around over the weekend. You like the Cubs here, though. Cubs with things to play for, a lot going on still. And so just by happenstance, the Diamondbacks are not a damn 2 series in a row successful team by any stretch. So just don't let it fool you. Take the Chicago Cubs.
Well, especially with Marte, their best players on the injured list right now.
And thank you for that. Another addition.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cincinnati. Let's go Reds. Also out west. They continue. Perhaps I feel like they play better against the Giants. They're favored tonight, believe it or not. But 90% of the money on the Reds. That's dangerous, but to that same extent, though. If it's out there like that, I think you may have to take it. So maybe look at Cincinnati money line, but certainly give the Giants a run line if you don't feel super duper on the Reds, which is hard to do at this juncture. And finally, these doggone Tigers, these pesky Tigers tonight. After that last sweep, that was janked to 5. But here come the Rays into Detroit tonight. Detroit, it's a run line thing, but Tampa Bay is the play. It says Tampa Bay is the play. So same thing, everybody. This is what I would do, Andy.
Tigers have lost 5 in a row. I'm not sure what's going on there. I really thought they were heading in the direction to compete with Chicago and Cleveland, but it looks like they may have run out of gas as far as momentum is concerned. And they've got a tougher schedule than both Chicago and Cleveland the rest of the way. So that's going to be tough for the Tigers.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to give him respect on what Andy's saying and trying to give him a run line at home. Got to turn this thing around, stay in it, still have heart. I'll give them the run line because of that. But like I said, Tampa Bay is the play. So in terms of all 4 of these MLB, what you can do, take all 3 of the dogs, give them a run line. Okay. So again, that is what I say, Giants and Tigers get a run line. And again, Cleveland out here in their series, we going opposite. We going run line there too. And Chicago's money line. Also, too, ladies tonight, double bubble in the W. Lynx, Dream, money lines, both. So there you go. All right. We'll roll out. I would try to do the Joe Budden thing. I'm going to come back Joe Budden, Clarissa Shields tomorrow. It needs time to set up. So there's my teaser, cliffhanger. Come back, talk back Tuesday. We'll do that. All right. And I got the schedule too here. Josh and I pretty doggone successful over the weekend. High school, Josh, but it's 6:00. So I'll even share that too on the continuation. All right. So for Andy Sanzada, thank you very much, brother. All right. Monty Features, John Nowajeski, Josh Burnham, and the entire Burnham clan. I am Andre of the Savages. Please, everybody, be kind, be respectful, be nice. Never cheat on your wife, but by all means, continue to handle your business each day.
Where we're at now, it can't be, what is the end going to look like? It has to be, we have to take care of business today and then tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7.